You see, the BSP that you guys are doing is a short course. It's a 6-week course. And it's actually a condensed version of a 1-year qualification that we offer at IT Varsity, which is the certificate in digital entrepreneurship. If you go to the IT Varsity website, you'll see it there, and you'll get more information about it. So if you want to go into that space, then we've got bursaries. But there's just two things that to keep in mind. One is the bursary only covers 75% of your fees. In other words, you'll still have to pay in the quarter of the fees. And the second thing is this, that the bursary is only going to be extended to people who want to get into one of a few industries. Primarily, they're going to get into the services sector, the IT services sector. Now, what does this include? It includes things like web design, digital marketing, content creation, graphic design, video editing, virtual assistants, user interface design. And the coverage of the qualification is, we teach you the technical skills. There are 12 modules. And in the 12 modules, we cover, in each module, we cover each of these. So there's a whole module on digital photography, a whole module on digital marketing, a whole module on content writing, content creation, and a web design, and it continues like that, 12 modules. And then the next thing is we teach you business skills, more in-depth business skills than what you are learning in the BSP. And once you graduate, then we work with the organizations that I mentioned, with Youth at Work, etc. And we help you to start your business in that space, which is incredible. Now, why does this organization, why do the bursars want to focus on IT services? Simple, because they, based in Dubai, now Dubai is a very cosmopolitan place, more than we can ever imagine as South Africans. You know, we are the southern tip of Africa. We're kind of lost and cut off from the rest of the world. If you go any more south, a few hundred kilometers south of South Africa, and you're in the South Pole, you know, a few thousand kilometers, there's nothing else but South Pole. But if you look at a country like Dubai, a city like Dubai, it's a hub of international commerce. I mean, just standing at the Dubai airport and looking at the board of arriving and departing flights will tell you really what a fast-paced place that is, right? Every 5 minutes, every 2 minutes, maybe there's a plane going to parts of the world that we can't even imagine. Everything from North to South America, to the Far East, to Japan, to Australia, Africa, Europe. It's crazy. So Dubai is like that. Now, these guys who are originally South Africans but based in Dubai, they've seen the value of international business. And they've seen how easy it is to do IT services internationally. So the CEO mentioned to me the other day, he said, you know, we've got accountants. We're a South African company operating in Dubai, but we've got accountants who live and work in Bangladesh. And these guys are working for us, and they are earning in dollars. And for us, what we're paying them is cheap. But for them, it's triple the salary that they would have earned working for a company in Bangladesh. Triple the salary. And so the CEO says, I saw that this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for South Africans. Why are we just doing people from Bangladesh and India and Pakistan? Why aren't we hiring South Africans to do our freelance work? And so he wants to boost the South African freelance economy. You see, here in South Africa, we missed the the third industrial revolution, but we can't afford to miss the fourth one. When I went to India in 2007, their IT services sector was already in full bloom. They were already doing work for the whole world. And where was South Africa? We were sleeping. Now, what these guys want to do in partnership with us is that they want to give South Africans a wake-up call. Train the youth from the ground up, 100 a year, every year. It's not a big number, but it's a start of something, right? Sometimes all it takes is one person to get started, and it creates a chain reaction. So we'll start with 100 youth, and then we'll grow this. Maybe by the second year, we'll do 150, 200, and grow it. But then we want to set off a chain reaction that sets up an entire industry in South Africa. And that industry will be IT freelancing, international IT freelancing. South Africans have missed the bus on that. Now we're going to catch that bus. Now, what do I mean? What's my vision, my personal vision on this? Somebody asked me, I was speaking at a conference in Cape Town a couple of years ago, and somebody asked me that being an IT entrepreneur, what do you envision the townships of the future to look like? The townships. So I said, simple. Every township, in my vision, must become a technology hub. Just like in Bangladesh. What do I mean by this? I mean that you go to any township and you must find hundreds of young people sitting there doing IT freelance work, not for South Africa, for the global market, and bringing that money into the townships, living in the township, working in the township, making money in the township, spending that money in the township. That's the township of the future. So you're going to go to a working hub in, say, Lamontville in Durban, for example, and you're going to go in there and you're going to look for a web designer, and you call out, hey, any web designers here? You see 20, 30 hands going up. Any graphic designers, hands going up. Any digital photographers, video editors, you'll just see hands going up. And these young people will be working together in teams. So there'll be a team where one person is a web designer, one is a copywriter, one is a photographer, one is a graphic designer, and they're all building a website together, because a website requires all of those components. And sometimes it's impossible for one person to have all of those skills. So you'll get people working together, doing the work, collecting money, getting paid in dollars. And we've had IT varsity students, and we still got IT varsity students and graduates that are doing this kind of work, but it's a too small scale. I mean, the one student was, okay, now he's moved to Australia and he's working full-time. But while he was here in South Africa, he was working for an organization in the USA, and he was earning $1,000 a month for working, I think, 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day, $1,000 a month. Today's exchange rate would put that around between, what, 18,000 rands a month. For working 2 hours a day. He could relax for the 2 hours for the rest of the day, or he could work to get more clients on board. The freelance industry is huge. It's huge. Bangladesh's entire economy is based on that. They have 500,000 IT freelancers. 500,000 IT freelancers. Imagine if we had that. Let's do some maths around that, right? 500,000 people doing IT freelance work, right? If I open up my calculator app, I'm opening up my calculator app now, and I'm going to do that calculation. Let's say 500,000 people who are earning, let's make it modest, $500 a month. That is very modest, right? Times 500. They are bringing, wait, there's a lot of zeros here, $250 million into their country every year. $250 million. Now, how much is that in rands? Oh, that's going to be incredible. That's a lot of zeros here. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 4.5 billion rands. Imagine a 4.5 billion rand annual boost to the township economies in this country.